Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Confessions of a Fitness Coach. I'm your host, Coach Danielle Collette. On today's episode, it's all about nutrient deficiencies, their symptoms, and what you can do to make sure your body is feeling its best. Next up on episode 17. Hello, amazing humans. I hope you're having an epic freaking day. Today's episode is all about nutrients and deficiencies and what they are and why they're important. Did you know that eating food has more of a purpose than just settling your hungry and growling stomach? You know, the types of food, the quality, and the amount of food that you consume. It has a cause and effect on your body more than just fat loss or fat gain. For example, you might take a multivitamin or maybe, to supplement the nutrients that you aren't getting from the foods that you intake. And that can be a great option if you aren't getting those micronutrients from the diet daily that you're eating. So if you aren't eating the types of food that are good for your body, there's a good chance that you might still be having side effects of a deficiency. And it's all about how your body absorbs those nutrients as well. And quite honestly, getting them directly from a nutrient-dense foods is the best way. So how do you know if you possibly have a nutrient deficiency? Well, the best way is to get blood work done by a physician. But there's a lot of red flags, symptoms that probably you feel daily. Maybe you didn't realize it. And maybe you didn't realize that it came from the things that you're consuming daily. And maybe not consuming for that matter. Maybe you're not getting those nutrients that you need because you're not adding those foods to your diet. So some symptoms that you might notice if you have a deficiency is reoccurring headaches and pains, increased menstrual pain and bleeding, anxiety, irritability, depression, feeling lethargic and tired, feeling drained and weak throughout the day. Even it's been linked to brittle hair, brittle nails, depression, acne, eczema, constipation, low immunity, dandruff, and it can even cause fertility issues. The list goes on and on. There's so many different things I can name. And I'm sure that you feel these on a daily basis, at least some of these things. And having a well-rounded nutrient-dense diet can prevent chronic diseases and cancer-causing diseases. And also it helps your body function properly and keeps you energized throughout the day, keeps you feeling like your best self. And like I've said before, you're not gonna fuel your body with shit food, or let me use a better analogy, is you wouldn't use unleaded fuel to fuel a Ferrari. You want premium gas. So that's what we're trying to think of with our bodies here. You want to treat your body like you're fucking Ferrari, guys. So let's talk about the list of symptoms. They go on and on. I could go on for days. But what it comes down to is the variety of foods that you consume. So you want a well-rounded diet, nutrient-dense diet. You want to aim for more organic, whole foods, no preservatives or artificial flavors. And I know we've discussed this in previous episodes. But the more natural the food, the more nutrients that are going to be available to absorb in the body. So how much to consume is it's different for each person. So many variabilities come into play with that, whether it be your age, weight, height, if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, if you have an autoimmune disease, how heavy you work out, or what type of work you do for a living. For example, if you're someone who works in the hot sun and you sweat out those nutrients while working your ass off, you might need a little more food than someone who is, sitting at a desk all day and is sedentary. So that varies. And the best way to see how much or what you should be consuming is to see a local dietitian or physician. And you can also, there's other options as well. There's a free app you can download. I don't work for this app or anything, but you can download the app MyFitnessPal and punch in your numbers. It'll give you the option to put in your age, weight, your goals, etc. And you can log in the foods that you eat every day and see if those foods are meeting your recommended daily nutrient goals. It's super, super easy and it's a free app app to use. And what's really cool is you can even scan your items in, like at the grocery store. Beep, 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 beep. You know what I'm talking about. The little barcode scanner. You can scan it on the app. It doesn't make the beep, beep noise. I do it sometimes just for fun. You could do it for funsies too. But it automatically scans in your food, your nutrients, your micronutrients to keep a daily track of it. And it's a good way to see how much or maybe how little that you are meeting those nutrient goals. You honestly might be surprised. I know I was when I first downloaded it and I started tracking my stuff. I was like, holy shit, no wonder I'm having such period cramps. I like get no iron a day. And if you notice you aren't getting the recommended daily amounts of, let's say, like I just said, like iron, and you've been having really bad period cramps for heavy bleeding, then, see if you can find more iron-rich foods and test out how your body feels from there. And I'll give you some foods later that are dense in those nutrients. And, it is a learning process, but it's so damn easy, you guys. You just have to do it. Stop putting it off. It's easy because if you eat a lot of the same things throughout the week, it saves, like the app saves your previous meals for you, and you can just click on it and add to a different day. You just got to stop making excuses and start doing it. Excuse me. You can even search meals you eat at restaurants. So I'm a coach, man. My voice goes all the time, so you're just going to have to deal with my hoarse voice and my occasional coughs. Let me get back to what I was talking about. You might be surprised to see how little nutrients the foods that you consume daily, they're giving to your body. And it has everything to do with about how you feel, how you act, your mood, and so much more. All right, I'm interrupting this episode for a quick ad. So today's episode is brought to you by nutrient-dense food meal delivery service. Eat Right Meal Plan. Get perfectly portioned nutrient-dense foods delivered right to your door twice a week. Every meal you order, we also donate one to Feeding Tampa Bay. So if you live in the greater Tampa Bay area, go to www.eatright.life. Again, that's www.eatright.life and use the code DANI, that's capital DANI, for $20 off your first order. And you also get free delivering for life with that code as well. And as of now, we're delivering, like I said, to the greater Tampa Bay areas. We go all the way to Orlando and soon we'll be in Dallas, Texas. Now back to the episode. All right, now let's talk about how you can add more nutrients to your diet and what types of nutrients are in what foods. So let's talk about the nutrient zinc. That's ZINC. You can find it in nuts and seeds, seafoods, raw chocolate, spinach, eggs, milk, mushrooms, leafy dark greens. So, organic Whole Foods. Try to go to Whole Foods Market, Sprouts. There's so many places. I don't know where you live or where you're listening to this from, but I'm sure there's plenty of places that you can find. Maybe you have an organic farm near you. Just search for it. Try to go into the organic side of the grocery store. I know it's a little bit more costly, but your health is worth it. Remember, your health is an investment, not an expense, all right? So let's talk about foods that are high in magnesium. So things like soybeans and nuts and seeds, whole grains, dairy, dark chocolate, leafy greens, avocados, bananas. And magnesium is a nutrient that kind of aids in nerve and muscle function. And it keeps a healthy immune system as well. So super important nutrient to keep in our bodies and, keep it functioning at its best and feeling its quality. All right, let's talk about the next micronutrient, which is iron. And that's a nutrient that produces red blood cells and helps optimize oxygen transfer all throughout your body. Your body does not produce iron on its own. And this is one that kind of causes the symptoms of the menstrual cramps, heavy bleeding, dizziness, tiredness, and it even makes you feel cold in your hands and feet a lot. This was the main nutrient that I was mostly deficient in that I learned. Foods high in iron are clams, oysters, mussels, spinach like Popeye, beans, chickpeas, soybeans, red meats, pumpkin seeds, quinoa, I think I said that right, turkey, broccoli, tofu, and dark chocolate. Ooh, chocolate's winning big here, huh? Let's get down to the micronutrient calcium. Now, we've all seen those milk commercials, and we all know it helps keep our bones and teeth strong. But low calcium can cause osteoporosis, psoriasis, dry skin, fatigue, low energy, muscle cramps, even. And foods dense with calcium are dairy products, leafy dark greens, nuts and seeds, broccoli, almonds are really good, mackerel, salmon, and so much more. You just Google. So if you notice, you're looking up your macros in your MyFitnessPal and you notice you're low on something, go on Google and search nutrient dense food with that nutrient and see what pops up, and then go on a little shopping spree at the grocery store. Let's chat fatty acids like omega 3s, which helps with brain function and that brain fog that you sometimes get. You can find high omega 3 in things like flax seeds, fish oils, chia seeds, egg yolks, tuna, salmon, swordfish. Don't think, ew, fat, no thanks. No, this is the good fat. It's going to keep you feeling amazing and helps keep the body functioning at its best. It's all about how you portion things. And you want to stay away from things like processed fats and fried fatty foods, those saturated crap fats. You want more healthy, nutrient-dense fats. So let's move on to vitamin D. And if you hear noise in the background, it's just my super cute dog, Nero. He's just walking around being all cute. So let's get to vitamin D, and that helps you keep a healthy immune function and healthy bone growth. You can get it from sun exposure. Get plenty of that here in Florida. Cheese, mushrooms, fatty fish, cod, salmon, eggs are also high in vitamin D. Now let's move to vitamin A. Dense foods are things like sweet potatoes, carrots, pumpkins, leafy green veggies, those are winning big today. Broccoli, spinach. Vitamin A, it helps keep your skin healthy, looking good, texturized. It keeps your teeth looking good, your vision working right, and your bones feeling nice. So, I already told you some nutrient dense foods. Now, for those sweet potatoes, I did a whole episode on air fryers, which is a really awesome episode. But air fryers are awesome. You can even do like sweet potato fries. They even have like sweet potato waffle fries that are organic that I buy from the store that I put in the air fryer with no oil. And it's just as crispy as if you fried it. So that's a good option too if you want to wean yourself off of all those crap fatty foods. So something a little bit more organic and a little bit more nutrient dense. So that's a good option for you. So let's get into next is vitamin C. So that nutrient is what aids the body in neutralizing its bad chemicals. So we aren't capable of producing vitamin C within our bodies. So we must consume it from our daily diet. Symptoms include things like dry skin, easy bruising, muscle weakness, fatigue, low immunity, and you might get sick often or get the flu often or have trouble healing small wounds like our cuts or something. You notice it just doesn't heal as well. Foods dense with vitamin C are things like oranges and lemons, limes, grapefruits, berries, kiwi, leafy greens, Brussels sprouts, tomatoes, cabbage, guava, and kale. So things that like berries and stuff, guys, you can make like smoothies. If you're somebody that doesn't just like eat fruit and just toss it in your mouth, that's totally cool. You can make smoothies. You can make something. I sell protein powder with Amp Nutrition. It's an all-natural women's supplement. There's no artificial flavors or ingredients, and there's 11 ingredients or less in all of the products. And our protein powder is packed with nutrients and vitamins. Now, I always say, it's best to get it from your foods, but if you're noticing that you're not able to get it, or you want to get a little bit more of it, you can add a scoop, put it in your protein with some of the berries we were talking about, maybe even some of the kiwi, and some of those other fruits and veggies that we were talking about. Even throw some spinach and stuff into the smoothie. It's also vegan friendly, and they have vanilla and cacao flavors. So if you're interested in that, go to the website www.ampdnutrx.com. That's ampednutrix.com. Use code DANI 10, Danny 10 for 10% off of all of your orders. So let's continue to talk about that. You can use that code to get it, and you could throw that scoop of protein in with your berries, your kiwi, even some kale I throw in there, and I put a little bit of like almond milk on it, or maybe some coconut milk, and then I just mix it up and it tastes so damn good. So I mean, if you're a person that's not gonna go out and eat kiwi, you're not gonna go out and eat berries, that's a good option for you. So now let's talk vitamin K, which is very similar to iron. It really causes heavy bleeding. It can cause you to bruise a lot easier. And also blood clotting is very common with deficiencies in vitamin K. In foods like asparagus, leeks, olive oil, cauliflower, leafy greens are best to find it in. So if you're somebody, cooking with vegetable oil, something simple you could use, switch to organic olive oil, coconut oil, something like that. Try to get more greens in, guys. And if you do not, like I said, if you do not eat salads or not gonna eat those leafy greens, toss them into a smoothie. You won't even know that they're in there. You won't even taste it. Now lastly, let's get into vitamin B12, which normalizes the brain nervous system function. So foods high in B12 are going to be things like beef, lamb, shellfish, like I was saying, the oysters, the mussels and stuff like that. Poultry, so chicken, eggs, low-fat dairy, mackerel, salmon, tuna, tofu, and things like soy milk. Like I said before, you always want to try to aim for more organic, natural foods, stuff with no crap pumped into it, no weird words on the back of the label that you don't understand. The less ingredients, the better is what you're aiming for. So there you have it, guys. I hope you learned something new today, and don't stop educating yourself and sharing what you learn with others. You never know who this might help. Always contact a physician and do the research to make your own educated decisions that are best for you. All of our bodies function so differently, and we all need different formulations that are going to complement our daily lifestyle and our daily habits. So please feel free to write a review or screenshot this episode and tag me in it. Share it on social media. Share it with somebody you love. That way somebody might learn. Also, you can find me at Coach Danielle Collette on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook at Confessions of a Fitness Coach. So you can find me on Facebook there. And thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to go make today your bitch, guys. I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.